Okay, let's get to know our group members, which Emilia Faraniza binti Muhammad Kabul, Ainin Zulaika binti Zazali, Nurul Hidayat Ashikin binti Al-Hasan, and Fira Nur Hanani binti Yahya. Let's go. For your information, the International Financial Reporting Standard (IFRS) were originally implemented in the accounting system. The Accounting and Audition Organization of Islamic Financial Institution (AAIOP) was established to help the economy. The financial statement of CIMB Islamic Bank Group and Bank were prepared in accordance with Malaysian Financial Reporting Standard (MFRS), International Financial Reporting Standard (IFRS), and Malaysia Companies Act 2016 regulations. The financial assets were revalued at fair value through profit or loss. Debt instruments were revalued at fair value through other comprehensive income. Equity instruments were revalued at fair value through other comprehensive income, and derivative financial instruments were revalued at fair value through profit and loss. Financial liability were fair value through profit or loss also, and finally the consolidated financial statement of Abu Dhabi Islamic Bank have been produced in accordance with International Financial Reporting Standard (IFRS). Generally, Sharia principle is decided by the Group Fatwa and Sharia Supervisory Board and any UAE legal requirement.
Continuing to the background of the banks. First, the Public Bank Berhad, which is the bank of commercial type. The Public Bank Berhad was founded in 1966 by Tan Sri Dr. Teh Hong Piao. On August 6, 1966, Public Bank opened its first branch in Kuala Lumpur, Jalan Gereja. Public Bank provide personal banking, commercial banking, Islamic banking, investment banking, share broker, trustee service, nominee service, unit transfer, sale and management, bank insurance and general insurance product, among other financial products and services. Their goal is to develop its retail banking activities with an emphasis on individual, consumer and small medium businesses (SME). Next is CIMB Islamic Bank. The CIMB Group's global Islamic banking and finance business is known as CIMB Islamic. They offer Sharia compliant financial solutions in investment banking, consumer banking, asset management, takaful, private banking and wealth management. The Governor of Bank Negara Malaysia, Tan Sri Dr. Zeti Akhtar Aziz, inaugurated CIMB Bank on 2nd June 2003. On June 6, 2005, CIMB Islamic Commerce Tijari Bank merged. In 2006, the CIMB Group underwent a rebranding process, and CIMB Islamic received a new green logo in the same year. This CIMB Islamic window opened in Singapore. Next is Abu Dhabi Islamic Bank. They began commercial operation on November 11, 1998, and formally launched on 18 April 1999 by UAE Minister of Information and Culture. They divided into the following sections: global retail banking, global wholesale banking, private banking, treasury, real estate and other operations. The Global Retail Banking Department is responsible for small and medium-sized businesses as well as individual client deposit. They also provide consumers and commercial murabahat, ijarah, Islamic covered card, money transfer and trade finance services. Next is basis of preparation, Public Bank Berhad. The accounting and other records and the registers required by the Act to be kept by the bank and its subsidiary companies, of which we have as auditors, have been properly kept in accordance with the provision of the Act. Next, they considered to the account and the auditor's report of all the subsidiaries company of which we have not acted as auditors and indicated in Note 13 to the financial statement. They certified that the accounts of the subsidiary companies that have been consolidated with the bank financial statement. The bank financial statements are informed and content appropriate and proper for the purpose of the preparation to the financial statement of the group and receive satisfactory information and explanation that are required. As the CIMB Islamic Bank, they prepare using the historical cost comparison with a revaluation of financial asset at fair value through profit or loss, debt instrument and equity instrument at fair value through other comprehensive income, derivative financial instrument and financial liabilities that are designated at fair value through profit and loss. The amendments to MFRS 9, MFRS 139, and MFRS 7 provide temporary relief for applying some specific hedge accounting the requirements to hedging relationship directly affected by interbank. The government within the jurisdiction of the group and the banking market have responded by providing various forms of economic stimulus program and relief package. Next, the Bank Negara Malaysia has also taken proactive steps to address economic and market distortion. And then lastly is Abu Dhabi Islamic Bank. Statement of conformity indicating that the consolidated financial statement were prepared in accordance with International Financial Reporting Standard (IFRS), General Sharia Principle as decided by the Group Fatwa and Sharia Supervisory Board, and applicable UAE regulations. The consolidated financial statement have been presented in UAE dirhams (AED), which is the functional currency of the bank, and all values are rounded to the nearest thousand, except where the other was indicated. According to IFRS 15, the revenue is measured by the amount that is business expect to receive in return for providing products or services to the clients. And the concept of IFRS 15 provide a more methodical approach to calculating and recognizing revenue. As of the reporting date, the impact of IFRS 15 on the group consolidated financial statement was found to be the minor.
Next is saving account, means intended for people who want to save for the future, and the current account being an ongoing account with no operational limits during the day working. Current accounts are preferred by individual, business, government, communities, trusts, and institutions because they allow for unlimited withdrawals. These saving accounts were preferred by clubs, associations, individuals, trusts, and other organizations because they can be withdrawn at any time. For Sharia compliance, it uses Tawar, which is Murabaha and Mudarabah. CIMB Islamic Bank product is saving account ada the Tawar via commodity Murabaha. During the continuance of saving account the bank will buy the commodities through purchase transaction for account holder using money standing to the credit of the saving account with principal amount as the account holder's agent. For Adik Bank, this account is based on the Islamic principle of Mudarabah, where you share profits and bear losses as stipulated in the banking service agreement. Under above principle, the client is the Abu Al-Mal and bank is as Mudarib. Fixed deposit is a type of a bank or investment account that guarantee investor a guaranteed interest rate. In exchange, the investor agrees not to withdraw the funds before the end of the predetermined period, with each investment period or time frame yielding a different interest rate. The bank offers a few contracts such as CIMB Islamic FRIAI, monthly returns, and other investment deposit account. CIMB Islamic FRIAI monthly return is a Sharia compliant investment account following the principle of Tawarruk and Murabaha with commodity Murabaha. Payments can get by cash every month instead of having to wait until the day of maturity. Other than that, it offers an enticing profit rate on investment deposit account as compared to a general saving account. This investment deposit account is Sharia compliant and follows the principle of Mudarabah, where the profit and loss are shared and borne by the account holders according to the banking service agreement. Next, property finance on the other hand is any non-recourse debt incurred by the group in relation to a property for which the creditor has sole recourse against the relevant property or its direct owner. Sharia compliant property finance include things like home finance vehicle finance and property finance Home finance referring to the purchase or refinancing of a home, such as CIMB Islamic Bank product is Ijarah Property Finance in that based on the concept of Ijarah Mutahiyah Bitamik, which offer the transfer of property ownership at the end of the tenure by paying a nominal amount to the bank. Letter of credit is a contract between a bank customer and intended recipient. This is usually issued by an importer's bank. It's paid whenever the letter of credit terms are met. In the past, it was used to reduce risks in international trade transactions where the buyer and seller might not know each other. A letter of credit I, which is a written agreement in which the bank acts as a middleman between you and a vendor, is a Sharia compliant option. The CIMB Islamic Bank product is standby letter of credit as SBLCI. It gives guarantee of payment to trade partner with a SBLCI. The bank will pay a stated amount within an agreed time limit and against specific agreement or when certain default events occur. Then, Abu Dhabi Islamic Bank, as a leading financial institution in UAE, has launched the Sharia compliant letter of credit financing without recourse. Both product is under Sharia principle of wakalah, means agency, which is an agency relationship in the bank as the agent for a company or an individual.
So now I will continue to explain about differences of statement of comprehensive income for CIMB Islamic Bank, the list for other comprehensive income or expenses item that will not reclassified to profit or loss is according to the value changes on financial liability designated at FA, which is value attribute to on creditors, while items that may reclassify subsequently to profit or loss is based on debt instrument at fair value through other comprehensive income. And the first item, net gain from change in fair value. Second, realized gain transfer to statement of income on disposal. And the third one, change in expected credit losses. And the last one is income tax effect. For public bank berhad, for other comprehensive income or loss item that will not reclassify to profit or loss, gain on remeasurement of defined profit plan, net change in revaluation of equity instrument, and gain on disposal of equity instrument. And item that may be reclassified to profit or loss are translation differences in respect of foreign operation, net investment hedge, and net change in revaluation of financial investment at fair value through other comprehensive income, and net change in cash flow. For public bank berhad, the India statement of comprehensive income, they also had another information like income tax effect, share of change in associated company reserve, other comprehensive loss or income for the year is net of tax, and total comprehensive income for the year. Same like Abu Dhabi Islamic Bank, for total comprehensive income for the year for public bank also will attribute to two parties, which is equity holders of the bank and non-controlling interests. For Abu Dhabi Islamic Bank, the list of other comprehensive loss for Abu Dhabi Bank item that will not reclassify to consolidated income statement is number 1, net loss and valuation of equity investment carried of fair value through other comprehensive income. Second, director remuneration rate. And the last one, loss or revaluation of land. However, items that may subsequently be reclassified to consolidated income statement for Abu Dhabi Islamic Bank are net movement in valuation of investment in sukuk carried at fair value through other comprehensive income. Second, exchange differences arising on translation of foreign operation. Third, gain or loss on head of foreign operation. Fourth, fair value loss on cash for head. For Abu Dhabi Islamic Bank, the comprehensive income, they also state that the bank also has other comprehensive loss for the year, a bit different with CIMB Islamic Bank Berhad. For Abu Dhabi Islamic Bank, the total of comprehensive income for the year will attribute to two parties, which is equity holders of the bank and non-controlling interests.
Next is the differences of components in statement of financial position. First, the differences between components in the assets of statement of financial position for Islamic Bank, which is CIMB Islamic Bank, are debt instruments at fair value through other comprehensive income, debt instruments at amortized cost, tax recoverable, amounts due from holding company, and amount due from related companies. Next, for conventional bank, which is public bank berhad, are reverse repurchase agreements, statutory deposits with central banks, and collective investment. Lastly, for Islamic Bank, which is Abu Dhabi Islamic Bank, are balance and wakalah deposit with Islamic banks and other financial institutions, murabaha and other Islamic financing, ijarah financing, investment in associates and joint ventures, and development properties. Second, liabilities. The differences in the liabilities is for CIMB Islamic Bank are collateralized commodity murabahah, investment accounts due to designated financial institutions, financial liabilities designated at fair value through profit or loss, Islamic derivative financial instruments, amounts due to related companies, suku and subordinated suku. Next, for conventional bank which is public bank berhad, are obligations on securities sold under purchase agreements, bills and acceptance payable, resource obligations on loans and financing sold to cagamas, debt securities issued and other borrowed funds and deferred tax liabilities. Lastly, for Islamic Bank, which is Abu Dhabi Islamic Bank, is due to financial institutions. In conclusion, as Muslim, we should replace the contract in conventional bank to Sharia principle and avoid the prohibited element, which is ghurur, riba and deception. CIMB Islamic Bank deposited in the savings account I on the basis of the tawarruk via commodity murabahah. This account, according to IT Bank, is founded on the Islamic principle of mudarabah, in which you share gains and losses according to the banking service agreement. CIMB Islamic FRIA monthly returns is a Sharia-compliant investment account that follows the concept of tawarruk and murabahah with commodity murabahah in fixed deposits. The bank will pay a specific sum within a specific time frame and against specific papers or when certain conditions are met. Then Abu Dhabi Islamic Bank, as a leading financial institution in the UAE, has launched Sharia-compliant letter of credit financing without results. Both of these banks use the wakalah contract as Sharia principle. Lastly, we can get to know the differences of the statement of financial position and statement of comprehensive income.